Hello, everyone. Well, with a stalled out front in the state, got to keep a chance of rain around, but I do think it's going to be small during the day today. Better chance of rain tonight and into tomorrow. Let's take a look at your hour by hour forecast. 8 a.m. this morning. We're talking about isolated showers and perhaps a weak storm or two, particularly around the Iowa City, Waterloo, and Mason City area. And that's where the best opportunity is going to be for seeing some isolated activity. Farther east of this line and farther west of this line, away from the stalled out front, the smaller the chance of rain during the day today. I do think probably during the day today, a little bit better chance during the morning hours than in the afternoon. But notice already by 11 a.m., activity dying down. And we're not talking about a lot of activity early this morning, but a smaller chance in the late morning, but still got to keep it around. Early afternoon, same story, a little bit, but not a lot, probably fizzling out some more. However, I do expect some new activity to fire up in the northwestern part of the state once we get into the late afternoon. We've also got to talk about the difference in temperatures today, because on the cool side of the stalled out front, look at the places with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Davenport, Waterloo, Mason City. But where the front did not make it, a different story. We're talking about high temperatures in the low to mid 90s. Also, not much wind in the central and eastern part of the state, but gotta call it breezy. In western Iowa, we're also going to see our hottest temperatures. So, it does look like late afternoon, early evening, activity is still going to be isolated in the northwestern part of the state. The problem is, so warm, so humid. Any of the storms that do pop up, while it won't be widespread activity, do have the potential of producing some damaging wind and hail. That's something we're going to keep an eye on for the late afternoon, early evening hours. There's 5 o'clock, there's 8 o'clock. Notice the activity pushing into places like Fort Dodge, Mason City. It is isolated, though, but we just got to keep that chance in there for the isolated activity being on the stronger side. Now, our temperatures will be cooling once the sun goes down, and so I do think that as the activity actually becomes a little bit more widespread and starts to push farther to the east, the severe threat going away. So it really is late afternoon, early evening hours. By the time we get to 11 o'clock, there's actually a better chance of rain, but these are not going to be severe storms. In fact, I think the rain chance is going to get even higher very late tonight. Check out 2 a.m., even more showing up. And yes, the possibility for storms still, but not severe storms. So for the late afternoon and early evening hours, it is going to be isolated activity in this shade of green, but the storms that do pop up could produce wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and perhaps some penny-sized hail. I do need to mention that it's not a guarantee during late afternoon and early evening hours that you're going to see rain. The better chance of rain is actually going to be late tonight, when the chance for severe storms going away. Now, we're not done yet. We still got to talk about Friday, which is looking wetter as far as the daytime hours. Here we are, 8 a.m. Friday morning, and there is a chance of rain, particularly it looks like in the central part of the state, but highlighting the eastern half of the state throughout the day is having the better chance of the rain. The farther west you are, in fact, parts of western Iowa, I think are just going to stay completely dry tomorrow, and it's just going to be another hot day. There's 8 a.m. Notice at 11 a.m., the best chance of rain shifting to the eastern part of the state, away from the central part of the state, and really focused during the late morning, early afternoon, in and around the Quad Cities. We're talking about scattered showers and weak storms being around. There's 11 o'clock. There's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And again, see how it's kind of focused on the Quad Cities, the far eastern part of the state, and nothing going on in the far western part of the state. Now, late afternoon looks like we're going to be past the peak of the activity, but still got to keep in across the eastern half of the state the chance for some isolated showers and weak storms. Once again, a big temperature difference because that front still stalled out. So we're still talking about the same places, seeing high temperatures in the low to mid 80s with that better chance of rain. And farther to the west, high temperatures once again in the low to mid 90s. Now for tomorrow, it does look like it's going to be breezy in central and eastern Iowa, and there won't be much wind in the western part of the state, which is why I might end up feeling a little bit hotter when you don't have that breeze around. For Friday evening plans, the chance isn't high, but it is still there. I still have to mention for the eastern half of the state, the possibility for isolated showers and storms.